morning, this is Bob Mason from FX Empire and welcome to the daily crypto tech review of Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin and Ripple's XRP. Looking at the MACDs, the moving averages, the day's support, resistance and pivot levels and the Fibonacci's. It is Monday the 26th of April. Jumping straight into Bitcoin against the US dollar, looking at the hourly candlesticks, particularly bullish start to the day here. Going to need to see Bitcoin avoid a fall back through the 23.6% fib, sitting at 54.73. to support this continued run at the second major resistance level, sitting at 52.530. Going to need to see support from the broader market for Bitcoin to break back through that first major resistance level, however, sitting at 58.29. So barring an extended rally on the day, expect that first major resistance level and this morning's high, sitting at 51.773 to cap any upside. In the event of an extended rally, should see Bitcoin target 53,000 levels before any pullback. That second major resistance level at 52.530 and resistance at 53 should cap any upside. A fall through the 23.6% fib and through the pivot at 48.971 would bring the first major support level at 47.270 into play. Barring an extended sell-off on the day, Bitcoin should still well clear of sub 45,000 levels. Second major support level at 45.412 should limit the downside. Looking at the MACDs, we've got a bullish cross at the start of the day supporting this early morning breakout. On the EMAs, the 50s also closed in marginally on the 100 and the 200 supporting this early upside, but it's still a bearish indicator. So keep through the early part of the day, avoid a fall back through the 23.6% fib and move back through this morning's high 51.773 to bring that second major resistance level and 53,000 levels into play. A fall back through the 23.6% fib and through the pivot would bring the support levels into play. Moving across to Ethereum against the US dollar, also a particularly bullish start to the day after yesterday's rally. Going to need to see Ethereum avoid a fall back through that first major resistance level at 2398 to support a run at the second major resistance level at 2474. Barring an extended crypto rally through the day, expect that second major resistance level and resistance at 2500 to cap any upside. A fallback through the first major resistance level and through the pivot level at 2282 would bring the first major support level at 2206 into play. Barring an extended sell-off on the day, Ethereum should still well clear of sub 2000 levels. Second major support level at 2082 and the 23.6% fib at 2041 should limit the downside. Looking at the MACD, we've got a bullish cross at the start of the day, supporting this early upside. On the EMAs, the 50 is closing in on the 100 and the 200, and we could see a possible bullish cross to support a further breakout through the day. So keep through the early part of the day, avoid a fallback through the first major resistance level at 2398 and break out from 2450 levels to bring 2500 levels into play. Failure to do that will bring the pivot and support levels into play. Moving across to Litecoin against US dollar, also particularly bullish start to the day. Going to need to see Litecoin avoid a fallback through the pivot at 224 to continue the run at the first major resistance level at 236. Going to need to see support from the broader market for Litecoin to break out from yesterday's high 235.86. So barring an extended crypto rally on the day, expect that first major resistance level and yesterday's high to cap any upside. In the event of an extended rally, we got resistance at 250 that would likely come into play. Second major resistance level, so 249. A fallback through the pivot would bring the 38.2% fib at 217 and the first major support level at 212 into play. Barring an extended sell-off on the day, Litecoin should stay clear of sub 200s and the second major support level at 199. Looking at the MACD, we've got a bullish cross at the start of the day supporting the early upside. On the EMAs, the 50 has flattened on the 100 and the 200. It's still a bearish indicator, however, so I need to keep an eye on that. So keep through the early part of the day, avoid a fallback through the pivot at 224 and break through that first major resistance level at 236 to then target 250s. Failure to do that, and support levels will come into play. Moving across to Ripple's XRP against the US dollar, also a bullish start. Going to need to see Ripple's XRP avoid a fallback through the pivot at 1.0431. to take a run at this first major resistance level at 1.449. Going to need to see support from the broader market for Ripple's XRP to break out from this morning's high 1.11642. So barring an extended rally on the day, expect that first major resistance level and yesterday's high at 1.5555 to cap any upside. In the event of an extended rally, Should see Ripple's XRP target the 38.2% fib at 1.2807 before any pullback. Second major resistance level sits at 1.2573. A fallback through the pivot will bring the first major support level at 0.9307 into play. Barring an extended sell-off on the day, Ripple's XRP should stay clear of the second major support level at 0.8290. The 62% fib at 0.8573 should limit any downside. Looking at the MACDs, we've got a narrowing of the bearish histograms at the turn of the day, so need to keep an eye on that and look out for a bullish cross. On the EMAs, the 50s flattened on the 100 and 200, still a bearish indicator, however, so also need to monitor the EMA early on. So keep through the early part of the day, avoid a fallback through the pivot at 1.0431 and break through this morning's high 1.11642 to bring resistance levels into play. Failure to do that and support levels will come into play.